Pearl Jam 10 is one of the best rock albums ever, in my opinion, put together. I've played tons of Pearl Jam songs in and out of my segments here on The Five, but now we're done. I'm done with Vedder, No Mas Pearl Jam. Eddie Vedder, the lead singer of Pearl Jam, has a message for Second Amendment supporters like myself. He wants something bad to happen to us. In a new interview, Vedder says, quote, "The fact that we're living in a country where 90% of the people want further gun laws to maybe somehow put a dent in some of this insanity that's happening, yet there's no further legislation taking place. I get so angry that I almost wish bad things upon these people." I wonder if Vedder would say that to the faces of any of the dozens of bodyguards who protected he and his bandmates over the years, not to mention, here it is, my right to own and carry is the law of the land. Greg, you were laughing during this setup.
Well, no, I just like the way, that Vedder says he almost wishes something bad happens to these people. He should send them his latest solo record. I have a joke. What's the difference between Eddie Vedder and Kurt Cobain? Kurt Cobain can't sing because he's dead.
Oh. You don't like Vedder's vocals, I think.
I hate his last hit was probably on a bong. I'm serious. I can't remember. What was it, 10? That was a pretty good album. But the Melvins are so much better. If you like Pearl Jam, screw Pearl Jam. Listen to the Melvins.
All right. Do you want to wait? You're a Pearl Jam.
I used to love Pearl Jam. They got me through a lot of tough adolescent years when 10 came out, and then I love Versus. I disagree with Greg on that. But they've been trashing gun owners for a long time. I remember this song right here. Got a gun, here are the lyrics, to Glorified G. Got a gun, fact I got two. That's okay, man, because I love God. Glorified version of a pellet gun. Feels so manly when armed. Glorified version of a pellet gun. That song is from a while ago, and it mocks gun owners. Like they're clinging to their guns and their religion. Where have I heard that before?
Well, that guy was on acid when he did that. He's probably on acid when he talked here. I mean, does anybody really care? I mean, I happen to agree with Vedder, but I mean, who cares what he says? I don't get it. He's an acid-blown old freak.
All right, so let's do this. Let's move the gun debate along.
That's ironic.
In Colorado, remember last month we told you about Colorado Senate President Jack Morris and Angela Giron, who were recalled in a recall election last month. So now there's a third one that's going up for recall, and her name is State Senator Evie Holder? Is it Holder? Anyway, okay, so she's the third one. Now, if she gets recalled, the Colorado State Senate will go from Democrat to Republican. Dana, talk to us a little bit about how important the gun debate is going on in Colorado, at least.
I think it's an interesting national trend. We talked yesterday about the 2014 elections and how the map just historically does favor Republicans. There's a lot of red state Democrats who are up for re-election. They're going to face very tough ones. Interestingly, as Bob noted, that the Congress has a terrible reputation. The Republicans' brand is in the tank. Nationally, however, at the state level and in the governorships, Republicans continue to win over and over again. Taking back Colorado would be the first step to getting that state back on track.
Bobby, so here's how it goes down. Even if they don't get this recall and the State House stays Democrat, isn't it a sign for everyone else out there who's thinking about going hard on gun legislation, maybe they should back off a little?
Well, sure. I mean, it sends some fear through them. But let's keep in mind about this seat that she's holding. She won it barely in the general election, and that's because the vote was split with a Libertarian candidate against the Republican. So it's not exactly what you consider a blue seat. On the other hand, if this thing means that the Colorado Senate goes Republican, I will guarantee you there'll be massive amounts of Democratic money being poured into that race to defend her on a recall. Not because of her, because they don't want to see it go, and I assume on the other side they will too.
I think Colorado is the front lines for fighting in 2014. Absolutely.
Just to go back briefly to you should always support when somebody talks about a political issue if they have facts, and that's always been the problem. When you have a celebrity, he doesn't mention facts, only feelings. I would welcome Vedder to talk about guns if he only knew something about them, and he knew about the statistics going down, and the majority of gun violence is suicide, and it's not these horrible tragedies that happen at schools. But you'll never hear that from a celebrity because it's too hard to read a book.
All right. Maybe they should read this book.
That's a small book.
It's a small book.
Yes. Or your hands are huge.
Directly